Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing today? I want to know who's sewing on their dining room table because my research tells me many people are sewing on their dining room table. What can be better than a dining room table? How about something that's ergonomic, something comfortable, something that lets you sew longer and be more comfortable? That is my number one competitor, the dining room table. It works, right? You own it, it's free, it's there. Why do I need a sewing cabinet, a sewing table? I'm going to show you why. And hopefully, you'll be able to say, I really need one of those. I deserve one of those. This is the Kangaroo and Joey cabinet. A little bit about Arrow. Arrow's been around almost 80 years. We are a leader in the category for sewing furniture. Our products ship to your home, normally ship out of our warehouse within 48 hours. The cabinets I'm showing you today are from our Kangaroo sewing furniture line. Lifetime warranty, so you don't have to worry about anything. Great instructions to put it together. Customer service, bar none. When you're buying a sewing cabinet, you're buying it for about 4 different reasons. So your sewing machine, the idea of a sewing cabinet and a sewing table is that there's this well that the machine can go down, and you can see that we're flat right here. There's a flat surface, which allows you to not have to take your wrists and go up and over, right? Like you normally would if it's on the dining room table. It's smooth and flat. This table drops down and adjusts so your machine can be the same height as the table. And then I have an optional acrylic insert in here, which makes it really nice and smooth, right? Everything's smooth. My seams are straighter. I don't pull. I've got great ergonomics because my wrists aren't going up and over. That's the key benefit. The number one thing to know about a sewing cabinet, will my machine fit? That's what we have to know. Will my machine fit? So this Kangaroo and Joey has something we call A for Arrow, A7. We are 23 3/4 inches from side to side, and we are 12.5 inches from front to back. Now, what does that mean? Normally, front to back is not an issue. You take the accessory tray off your machine, and if it fits from the side over here, and you include your knobs, you want it to be 23 3/4 inches. Leave some room for your plugs. So if your machine's 23 3/4 inches to an inch, probably for your, because most of the plugs come straight out and then need to turn, right? They stick out a little bit. So if everything fits, your machine's going to fit in the cabinet. Now, this cabinet, all the way open, is 6 feet wide and 3.5 feet deep. With the quilt leaf, it goes another 1.5 feet. So it's a big cabinet. Closed, it's basically 2 by 4.5. So it's 4 feet wide. Now this cabinet comes with a quilt leaf on the side, a right side quilt leaf, which is great. You can put your project here, your pattern, your iPad, your cup of coffee, anything you want, right? Because if your quilt falls off the back, it's going to pull your seams. So the way to do that, if you're not up against a wall, have these. It's great. They're excellent. They just clamp on. It's an excellent, excellent add-on. Here's the piece de resistance of this cabinet. This is Joey. Joey rolls around on us. So we've got a drawer for some storage, soft close. And this Joey can move around. We can put it here. We can put another machine here. We also have this added accessory that it's a cover for the drawer. Goes in a few pinholes, and we push it right in, and then grab a handle and push it in. There we go. So now you've got extra work surface here on the side, which is great. So you've got extra room. And then you can put stuff here. The other interesting thing, and I'll go around to the other side and show you a little bit more. With this quilt leaf on the back side, you could put a little one back here on the side, and they could sew with you. You could teach a grandchild, son or daughter, how to sew. They could sit here with you and actually learn. It's kind of neat. We have the Joey cabinet. It locks. We have drawers, soft close drawers. How nice. Do we have any candy in here? Oh, no candy today, Ethan. So we've got this great work surface now. and we can sew to our heart's content. The other nice thing about the Kangaroo Joey cabinet, if you use a knee lift, it's one of our unique cabinets that has this front. It actually pops right off. It's secure, but it's designed to pop off. And then you can use your knee lift attachment. I'm going to unfold it a little bit and start showing you a little bit about the size of it. So we put that down. So it's got a lifetime warranty. It has the quilt leaf here on the back side, this giant work surface. So it's got 2 support brackets, so it's really strong. That's why you can put somebody else back there and have them sew. Can't do that on competitor tables. And we've got our nice work surface here on the top. Lots of storage with this unit. Lots of storage. Set that right there. Soft close drawer. Got the Joey, and I can move the Joey all around wherever I want it to go. Some people use it here. Now, sewing cabinet. Why a sewing cabinet? Let me really show you why. Here's my custom insert. We are in what we call a flatbed sewing position. Many of you sew like this at the dining room table. Here you are. You're up, right? Your wrists are having to go up and over, up and over. End of the day, you're done sewing. You put it down there. Now it's in a storage position. So we've got this position right here, which is a storage position. This cabinet doesn't have doors. Don't always need doors. So what you can do, tuck that back in. We have just made a cabinet that's 2 feet by 4 feet. It has heavy-duty locking casters. They roll on carpet, they roll on hardwood, they roll on luxury vinyl tile. They roll really, really well. They also lock so they stay in place for you. The Joey cabinet allows lots of great storage. This right quilt leaf, lots of great work surface. So it is hard to believe that 2 by 4 turns into 6 by 3.5. So this is really designed for someone that's wanting to be organized. It comes in this color. We call this color teak. It comes in a white, ash white, which is a wood grain white. And it also comes in a very nice gray color. So the gray, it's a little darker gray. It's very nice, very modern gray color. Here it is back in flatbed position. Let's say I've got time to tell a story, don't I, Ethan? Sure I do. So you get home, or you've got a few minutes, and you want to sew. What's the first thing you do? You go to your closet, you get your machine out, put it on the dining room table, plug it in, you made an extension cord, you go get your project box, you drag everything out. Okay, time has passed. Now you're going to sew, then you've got to clean up because it's time to use the dining room table. With this, you literally can come up to it. Your machine comes up. You put your insert in. Ta-da! Never have to lift your machine. You could open this up, depending on what you want to do. Get your project out, and you're sewing. For those people that have, they have enough space for a cabinet, but they don't have space for a cabinet and a cutting table. The nice part about this, it comes with a well cover, solid wood. Put that in there. Now you've got a great flat surface that you can cut, you can piece, you can do all sorts of things with on this surface. Everybody likes this cabinet because it fits such a broad audience. Lifetime warranty, great customer service, fast shipping, great instructions. So this is the Kangaroo Joey. I think we're going to move on to the next one. If you don't quite have the space for this cabinet, we're going to talk about the Wallaby. Ethan, how's my spot? Perfect. Good to hear. Thank you, sir. So, Wallaby. This is a little bit more of a space saver for folks. And by space saver, it's really when it's open. Because when it's closed, it's still, it's 3.5 feet by 1.5 feet. So a little bit smaller. This cabinet relies on the door. It's got a locking door. So unlock, flip it open. Move that over. It's got a handy dandy spot there. And this one actually comes forward. Open the door just a little bit. Oh, look, we got a basket. Got a drawer down on the bottom, which is great. We just went from a 1.5 feet and 3.5 feet, or 5 feet, to 3.5 feet. Sorry, 3.5 feet by 1.5 feet. We are now 6 feet by 5 feet. So lots of work surface. Oh my, so much work surface in a tiny, tiny footprint. Again, we got a well cover. With this cabinet, we've got some storage in the door. There's thread spools to put on there, a soft closing drawer at the bottom for storing your little odds and ends. But it's really a space saver and a giant work surface here on the back. So it's key, right? So the machine, again, free arm position. You can go sew up and over, right? Bad for your hands. Let's sew in comfort so you can sew longer. If you do this with the optional insert piece, move it over just a little bit. There we go. This cabinet, same size opening as the last one, 23 3/4 inches by 12.5. If you measure your machine, these two cabinets fit 95% of the machines on the market. It won't fit the really large machines. 95% is pretty good. So it's one of the reasons we have such an attractive price on these cabinets is they're great value. So you get a lot of workhorse from this cabinet. Again, heavy duty casters. That is the size of the opening. Easy to assemble, great assembly instructions. Make sure your machine fits. If your machine fits, you've got a winner. Comes in white ash white, so this color, and the teak color. And it folds up just as easily. Here's the drawer. Again, soft close. Heavy duty casters down on the bottom. Storage in the drawer. Thread spool. This is the Wallaby cabinet, lifetime warranty from our Kangaroo sewing furniture line. Let me grab you. The size is on the website, which you'll see. So it was a 6 feet by 5 feet when it was open. When it's closed up, we're going to go down to 3.5 by 1.5 feet. The machine opening is 23 3/4 by 12.5. And we close this up. This door goes first. This door goes second. Ta-da! And we can lock it. We're good. This is the Wallaby cabinet. So a little bit more of a space saver. This is the Aussie cabinet. Okay, you look at it and you're like, it kind of looks like the other ones. Maybe a little bit bigger. Well, I'm not done opening it up yet. So the nice thing about the Aussie cabinet is it is really designed when you need a work surface. I'm going to call it a paradise. It's a paradise. It is a full-size cabinet. So this opening, again, 23 3/4 by 12.5. We have a little bit larger machine in here. Still, no issue going down. No issue coming up. So got to be careful of your knob. So this is about as big of a machine that fits in this cabinet. This is where we want to be all the time. This cabinet, what's unique about it, there are a couple things unique. The giant work surface. We have an aerial shot of this bad boy. Will it all fit? I'm not even sure it'll fit. Okay. So lots and lots and lots and lots of room on this cabinet. I'm going to sit down for a minute. What we have is storage in the door. These clasp in. There's a little locking clasp that holds these so they stay in place really, really well. This cabinet, of course, is heavy-duty casters because it's ginormous, right? And then we have this. So we have this nice work surface, right? We can sew here. We can go over here. We can put a pressing mat over here. I've got something to show you in a minute about pressing. You've got this little cubby. It can attach here. You can also take it and put it way out here to the side. Now it's over there. I've got a lot of room. Now I can really center needle sew very well right here. I've got room here. This little caddy has a couple drawers. Ooh, there's chocolate in this one. I have to slam the drawer. There you go. Soft close. We actually have a serger down here in the bottom. So there's storage space for the serger. I could bring that up and put that there. So you can set that up as a serging station. we've got the ergonomic part here of the Kangaroo cabinet. Nice flat surface. So we've got a flat sewing surface. This is the Aussie cabinet, A-U-S-S-I-E. Comes with the same well cover when this is down in the storage position. Has the hydraulic lift, which is what makes a sewing cabinet a sewing cabinet. Again, the machine fitting, 23 3/4 from side to side, 12 1/2 from front to back. Opened up, 8 1/2 feet by 4 feet, not including the little caddy. 4 feet deep, 8 1/2 feet wide. When it's closed, it's about 4 feet by 2 feet. It's incredible. It like doubles in size. Lifetime warranty on this. Great customer service. Awesome manual. Shows up in your house in 5 boxes. FedEx will bring it to your door. On this one, I might put 4 quilt blocks on this one because it's got such a big work surface. What you do, you don't want the quilt falling off, so it keeps it from pulling. So it's kind of like a backstop if you put a backstop here. Because if your quilt falls off the back, it's going to pull your seams. They just clamp on. It's an excellent, excellent add-on. Award-winning quilter Krista Watson helped us develop that. Got the heavy-duty casters, manuals, machine fit. We talked about why you want a cabinet for those. If anyone's joined us in the last few minutes, this is Arrow sewing furniture. This is the Kangaroo sewing furniture line. This is the Aussie cabinet, available in white and teak, ash white and teak. So this has a wood grain surface. This is the biggest work surface that we're going to talk about today. If you go to Sewing Parts Online, they've got all the cabinets online. Beautiful imagery. When you're done at the end of the day, and you want to be done, you can push that down. It's got a well cover that goes on top. Put your well cover in. Go over here. We unlatch. Fold this over. Now remember, when it's open, it's 8 1/2 feet by 4 feet. It's really big. Put that there. We're going to unhook this. Slide this back over. Get it in the grooves. I'm going to try to do it upside down. See how it goes. Look at it roll right in there. Turn that in and down. The Aussie sewing cabinet. If you've got big projects and you do a lot of big project sewing, this cabinet is for you. Ash white and teak. The cabinet was designed for the ultimate sewing experience. And with that extra space on the left-hand side, it delivers. The next one's really more of a bundle that we're going to talk about. So we talked about a little bit of space. We're going to talk about a smaller space yet in your home. So this is a mid-size sewing cabinet. Not this. This is called the Kiwi. People love the Kiwi. Let me get the Bandicoot. See how nicely these roll with these heavy-duty casters? They make a low rumble on the luxury vinyl floor. There we go. This cabinet, when it's closed, 2 1/2 feet by 1.5 feet. 2 1/2 feet by 1.5 feet. That's great, right? It's awesome. Not a lot of space. This is great also because it has the doors. I didn't mention it with the Aussie. Because they have doors, you can put it in a multi-use room. It could be in a family room, living room, a spare bedroom, if you've got folks that come over and visit. You take that tiny little footprint, open this guy up, ta-da, and then we flip open. There you go. Easy. Again, filler plate on top, so you can do all sorts of extra pressing and cutting. Push the lift, up it comes. Ta-da, I'm ready to sew. But I don't want to sew like this, Ethan. I don't want my wrists getting tired. I want to sew in comfort and sew longer. And to do that, I really need it in flatbed position. Dining room table can't do that. Sewing cabinet can. So this cabinet, it's a little bit smaller. The cabinet itself is small. So I said 2 1/2 by 1.5 feet closed. Open is 5 feet by 1.5 feet. It does not have a quilt leaf on the back. But if you don't need it, it's fine, right? So 1.5 feet by 5. Nice, nice premier mid-size cabinet with an ultra compact footprint. Comes in this beautiful gray color. Comes in the ash white and teak. So the Kiwi here has 4 drawers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Big drawer on the bottom. The top 2 drawers come with these thread spools. So you can actually remove them, put more thread on your workstation, put them in there, reach in and get them. Soft closed drawers. Has an ironing pad here on top, but also, if we go out here, lift that, I can lift this off, do it without moving it, fold that over. I now have a pressing station. #1 sewing chair in America. I could put this right here. I could sew right here. Sorry to have my back to the camera. Hi, everybody. I can sew right here. I could press and sew. Everything my heart wants. I've got items here in my drawer that I need, and I can just get right to work and have some fun. The Kiwi itself, 17 by 11, about. Folds out, folds up. And this is really like the sewing assistant. It's a jack of all trades. And it's a signature storage cabinet. It's great. Pair it with a Kangaroo, pair it with an Aussie, pair it with a Wallaby. Any of those can be paired together. What you can do with this is you can press here, and I could actually cut here, right? I could just use it and cut. And oh my, there's my cutting mat that comes with it. Small space cutting mat. I can cut it, I can press it, I can sew it. And when I'm done with this cabinet, I can fold it up. So we've got the machine. Again, 3-position lift. We can put it down into storage if we want. We talked about the opening size of the Bandicoot. So it's 20 3/4 by 11. Doesn't fit quite as big machines, but fits a lot of machines. Oh my. So, I mean, at 20 3/4, it fits lots and lots of machines. Lifetime warranty on the Bandicoot. Comes in 3 colors. This beautiful gray, white, and teak. Look at this thing. Bam. Closed. 2.5 feet. I suppose it gets twice as big, right? 5 feet. So this is the Bandicoot cabinet, which is amazing. Lifetime warranty, part of the Kangaroo sewing furniture line. Heavy duty casters, rolls great. The Kiwi, we're going to put the Kiwi on over here because the hardest decision to make now is what chair do I get with it? The button chair? The So Now So Wow chair? I have a Black Notions chair. I have a navy chair. We'll get a closer look in a sec. I have Princess Hazel, part of the Royals collection. Princess Hazel. Then there is a beautiful gray color. Someone low was sitting in that one. I've got this guy. If you look closely, it's got skulls. It's really cool. If you're into animals and you like cats, I have a cat chair. Kind of abstract, artsy cats. Great seller. If you like cats, that's a chair for you. We have purple. Now, if you notice the colors of the chairs, and there's one machine manufacturer we're missing. You notice the colors are kind of like the machine manufacturers, so you can get one that matches your machine. It's the best part about it. Ruby red. So, we have the Royals collection. We've got a beautiful ruby red. We've got Princess Hazel over here. Purple, gray, navy blue. And the navy blue is kind of like a tweed color to it. The hazel has kind of some greens and blues images to it. Which chair has a prize in it? Okay, here. This chair, 360 swivel, 5-star base. It has great lumbar support. I'll sit in a second to show you. Has storage underneath. In here, somebody ate my Reese's peanut butter cup, but that's okay. It's no harm, no foul. We've got some Hershey's chocolate, and we've got some sewing and quilting booklets. but very nice. When I sit in it, the lumbar support hits you just right. That's what you want. It's height adjustable from 18 to 22 inches, 1-year warranty, heavy duty rolling casters. If you're rolling and you drop something, you're not going to fall over. It's great. The chair's not going to go whoop. What else can I tell you? It's the #1 selling sewing chair in America. 360 swivel casters. The storage has a 300-pound weight capacity. Super easy to put together. Comes in 2 boxes. You just basically put the bottom together, put the casters on, screw the bottom piece together, and then you've got an awesome sewing chair.